mirukayu, and I have here a watercolor as my medium. It is a simballion 24 watercolor cakes that I was gifted years ago. Back then, I wanted to practice watercolor painting because I love staring at art paintings. Also, two of my close friends are very great at it that I wanted to join in and because I saw my interest in there. So here is the simballion 24 watercolor cakes, and the lid can be opened in 90 or 180 degrees. If you lift the lid, you can use it as a palette. To use this medium, a brush must be used in application of water to the color as we paint it to a paper or anything else that we could paint on. The transparency, which makes it different from any other painting medium of watercolor pigment, allows for freshness and luminosity as it washes. So several people struggle in using watercolor painting, and even those oil and acrylic painters find it challenging to use. But to understand this medium better, here are simple warm-up activities of watercolor painting. This first technique is called wet on wet. It is usually done for landscapes or soft watercolor washes because of its nice flowy look effect that can be applied in different ways. We wet our brush first, then apply it on the paper. Then, to add pigment, dip your moistened brush in the watercolor and simply dip the brush on it or maybe slide it. The second technique is called wet on dry. It is used to define and precise the shapes. We use the wet brush dipped in the watercolor. Unlike from the previous technique, we just paint over the dry paper. The opacity of the paint depends on how much water is mixed in. This technique is called building up color. It is mostly known as ombre, where we use just one color and accomplish different values where it looks like we create the simplest effect. We drop a small amount of water on the palette and dab a watercolor in it. Pick up a bit of water with the brush with no pigment yet to get started. Begin painting the strip where it will look like transparent on the paper. Last but not the least is create gradients. This is similar to building up color, but we use two different colors in this technique. Mix two separate colors side by side. Then the paint should be neither too diluted nor too concentrated. Aim for a 50-50 ratio of water to paint for each color. Start painting the first color, clean up the brush, then start painting with the second color. And then that's it. At the end, we could start practicing and painting simple things already. We could start with shapes or anything else with painting another color around it. And here's my output.